Hello and welcome. Today, we are going to learn how to talk to anyone in English with confidence. Many English learners know vocabulary and grammar, but when they meet a real person, they become nervous. Their mind goes blank. They start overthinking, and they become afraid of making mistakes. But the truth is this: confidence is not something you are born with. Confidence is something you build through practice. And today, you will learn powerful techniques that can help you communicate with people more naturally and confidently in English. So listen carefully, apply these lessons, and remember, people are not looking for perfect English. They're looking for communication. Step 1. Stop worrying about mistakes. This is the first and most important step. Many learners are not afraid of speaking English. They're afraid of making mistakes. They think, what if my grammar is wrong? What if my pronunciation sounds bad? What if people laugh at me? What if I say something incorrectly? Because of these fears, many learners stay silent. Mistakes are a normal part of learning. Every fluent English speaker made thousands of mistakes. Even native speakers made mistakes when they were children. Nobody became fluent without making errors. Another powerful truth: most people do not care about your mistakes as much as you think. They are focused on understanding your message. They are not grading your English. Communication matters more than perfection. Imagine two learners. One learner waits until their English becomes perfect before speaking. The other learner speaks every day, makes mistakes, learns from them, and keeps improving. Who will become fluent faster? The second learner. Because fluency grows through action, not through waiting. Another important lesson: every mistake teaches you something. A mistake shows you what to improve, what to practice, and what to learn next. Instead of fearing mistakes, use them as teachers. The moment you stop fearing mistakes, your confidence begins to grow. Step 2. Start conversations with simple questions. Many learners do not know how to start a conversation. They think they need advanced vocabulary, perfect grammar, or impressive English. But real conversations usually begin with simple questions. For example, how are you today? Where are you from? What do you do? How was your day? What are your hobbies? These questions are simple, but they are powerful. Why? Because simple questions create opportunities for longer conversations. Another important truth: confident speakers do not try to sound complicated. They focus on making people feel comfortable. And simple questions help people relax. Another powerful habit: prepare a few conversation starters before talking to people. For example, what do you like to do in your free time? Have you seen any good movies recently? What are your plans for the weekend? These questions work in many situations. Another helpful lesson: do not worry about asking the perfect question. Focus on showing genuine interest. People enjoy talking to people who are interested in them. Another important truth: conversations are like doors. A simple question opens the door. And once the door opens, communication becomes much easier. The more often you start conversations, the more natural it becomes. And the more natural it becomes, the more confident you feel. Step 3. Learn to listen carefully. Many learners think confidence comes from speaking more. But surprisingly, confidence often comes from listening better. Why? Because listening removes pressure. You do not have to think about what to say every second. Instead, you focus on understanding the other person. Now understand something important. Great communicators are usually great listeners. They pay attention. They show interest. They respond thoughtfully. And because they listen well, conversations flow naturally. Another powerful lesson: when you listen carefully, you receive ideas for your next response. For example, if someone says, "I enjoy traveling," you can ask, "What is your favorite country? How often do you travel? What was your best trip?" Listening creates conversation opportunities. Another helpful habit is using small responses while listening. For example, "Really? That's interesting. I understand. That sounds great. Tell me more." These phrases keep conversations moving smoothly. Another important truth: many learners focus so much on what they will say next that they stop listening. This increases nervousness. But when you focus on listening, you become calmer. And calm people often sound more confident. Another powerful lesson: you do not need to know every word to be a good listener. Focus on understanding the main idea. Then respond naturally. The better your listening becomes, the easier your conversations become. And the easier conversations become, the more confident you feel speaking English. Step 4. Use simple English confidently. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is trying to sound too advanced. They believe confidence comes from using difficult vocabulary, long sentences, complex grammar. But this is not true. Real confidence comes from speaking clearly. Now understand something important. Many fluent speakers use simple English every day. They do not try to impress people with complicated words. They focus on communication. For example, instead of saying a very long and complicated sentence, you can simply say, "I agree with you. That was interesting. I enjoyed it. I understand what you mean." Simple English is powerful because it is clear, natural, easy to understand. Another important truth: many learners know enough English to communicate well. The real problem is that they do not trust themselves. They think, "My English is too basic," so they stay silent. But basic English used confidently is far more effective than advanced English that never gets spoken. Another powerful lesson: use the English you already know. Do not wait until your vocabulary becomes perfect. Communication improves through usage. The more you speak simple English confidently, the stronger your fluency becomes. And slowly, your vocabulary will grow naturally over time. Remember, confidence is not speaking difficult English. Confidence is speaking clearly without fear. Step 5. Maintain eye contact and smile. Many learners focus only on words, but communication is much more than words. Your body language affects how confident you appear. Now imagine two people. The first person looks at the floor, avoids eye contact, speaks very softly. The second person smiles, maintains eye contact, speaks clearly. Who appears more confident? The second person, even if both people have the same English level. Another important truth: people respond positively to friendly body language. A simple smile can make conversations feel easier and more comfortable. Eye contact shows confidence, interest, attention, and respect. Another powerful lesson: you do not need perfect eye contact. Just look at the person naturally while speaking and listening. Another helpful habit: practice speaking in front of a mirror. This improves facial expressions, confidence, speaking comfort, and communication skills. Sometimes your body can help your mind. When you stand confidently, smile, and speak clearly, your brain starts feeling more confident too. This creates a positive cycle. The more confident you appear, the more confident you feel. And the more confident you feel, the better your English becomes. Step 6. Learn useful conversation starters. Many learners are comfortable once a conversation begins, but they struggle with the first few seconds. They do not know how to start. This creates nervousness. Now understand something powerful. Confident speakers often use simple conversation starters repeatedly. They do not invent something new every time. For example, how's your day going? What do you do for work? Where are you from? What are your hobbies? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? These questions are simple, but they work extremely well. Another powerful habit: prepare 10 to 15 conversation starters and practice them regularly. This removes uncertainty. When you know how to begin, you feel much more confident. Another important lesson: after asking a question, listen carefully. The answer will often give you ideas for the next question. For example, if someone says, "I enjoy playing football," you can ask, "How long have you been playing? Do you play every week? What's your favorite team?" One question naturally leads to another. Another helpful truth: most great conversations begin with simple questions. Not brilliant questions, not complicated questions. Just simple questions asked with genuine interest. The more conversations you start, the easier starting conversations becomes. And eventually, talking to new people feels natural instead of scary.